Hey babes, today we're going over the top 10 reasons people are bad at Elden Ring. Now, I could never make these videos without the Sultan of Skill Issues, our beloved exemplar of bad gaming, my beloved wife. Okay, now all jokes aside, she has improved tremendously since she started playing the game, and this is her first playthrough, but a lot of things she does really perfectly illustrate what we're going to talk about here. This is the hardest boss in the entire game.
This girl? Well,
yeah,
I died.
Hardest boss.
What the fuck?
Yeah, undefeatable. So without further ado, starting from least impactful to most impactful. Number 10, they can't take a hint. I had a friend play Elden Ring once. He spent 2 hours fighting the tree sentinel and then promptly deleted the game.
What? Yeah, fucking right.
The game has a general sequence of difficulty as you go through, but that doesn't mean you're not going to run into bosses and enemies that way outclass you when you can stumble upon them. You don't need to murder everything you see or decide to grind through an area that you've stumbled into just too early in your playthrough. It's like when you're in Arkansas 9 and you move to LA to finally start your modeling career. That's like crushing it in Limgrave and then going straight to Caelid, okay? They got lip filler, they got boob jobs over there, they got Gucci flip-flops over there. You're a Limgrave 9, but a Caelid 4, girlfriend. They're gonna eat you alive. Oh my God.
That is so fetch.
Number 9, they don't learn to dance. Every boss has a set of moves based on your position, their position, your distance. It's not random. If you can learn the steps of each boss's dance, then you'll start to understand how addictive this game really is. A good trick is to go into the fight deciding you will not hit back, no matter how hard they hit you. Your goal is to understand them, analyze them, and use that information to gaslight them later on to get what you want. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me show you something real quick. Remember this golden goofball? He doesn't seem so scary once you realize half his moves don't even hit you if you dance with him. And even less scary when you just spend some time practicing rolling only when you need to. An ancient proverb states, why do lot roll when few roll do trick? Number 8, they do not level Vigor. If you walk into late game in Elden Ring without leveling Vigor, bosses treat you like this. This isn't Dark Souls where you can slap on some heavy-ass armor and the bosses try to tickle you to death. Devil's armor, you know what I mean?
For real.
It's ridiculous. And don't be fooled by how much your damage increases with each strength level in the game. Those benefits get less and less the higher your strength gets until you can't even wipe your own ass. Invest in your Vigor, and the late game will have less, but sadly not zero, moves that will one-shot you.
Oh my God, what the fuck?
Number 7, they don't have a build. New players treat leveling in this game like a build your own AI girlfriend app. Well, I want her to be strong, sure. Oh, she'll need some dexterity too. I mean, come on, boys. Arcane? I don't know what that's got to be like the PC term for big titty goth. So yes, please. There really isn't a jack of all trades, master of none build in this game. If you're using a fast twin blade, strength and intelligence really aren't going to get you anywhere. That's why you see people posting that they're level 80 and they're still getting destroyed by bosses. Level 80 of what is the follow-up question. Number 6, they don't use proper protection. So you're the new hot young piece of ass with a whole lot of sass, and everybody wants to explore your lands between, if you know what I mean. You've got coffee with Radon at 9 a.m., you've got lunch with Radagon at noon, and then going out for late night drinks with Moog, and you need the right protection or else they're gonna call you a skank-ass hoe. Radon does magic damage. Radagon, holy damage, and Moog is fire damage. If you're ever wondering why you're taking so much damage from a boss, you might want to hit the wardrobe to see if you have the right fit for the occasion. In Elden Ring, it's never been easier to change your build, rebuild your armor, your flasks, your weapons, or even reskill entirely to best fit a new challenge. You might find that a different armor set actually helps reduce damage from a boss and is lighter than what you're currently wearing. Number 5, they don't understand posture breaking. Remember parrying? That precise timing, different for each enemy, and each attack required to dismantle their defense and then deliver a deft killing blow. You could do that. Or the guard counter is crazy good in this game at breaking posture.
Oh, no.
And posture breaking and guard countering is kind of 101, especially if you're doing a strength build. So many enemies are trivialized just by throwing up a shield and countering with the old one click and poke. This game on easy mode is two-handing the biggest stick you can find, summoning a sacrificial lamb, and then just jump attacking the boss until their posture breaks. Rinse and repeat, and bam, you're Elden Lord of the Bonk. Number 4, panic rolling. That's pretty much how this game goes. Listen, I don't blame people for panic rolling in this game. These bosses and enemies are so aggressive, and then they also have these insanely long wind-up moves. That just explode in your face in a flash of a second. I know it's hard, but you have to learn to just remain calm and plan ahead. For Margit specifically, there's a really easy process to handle those long, drawn-out attacks. First, steal your grandma's Medicare insurance card, her ID, and dress up like her. Head to CVS and go to the section marked OTC for over-the-counter adult diapers. Use the insurance card to buy a pack at home and suit up in your new knightly armor. Now, you don't have to worry about the mess when you're shitting your pants waiting for... Number 3, they don't get involved in the community. People have done some incredible things in From Software's games. People have beaten them with no hit, they've beaten them with double the enemies, all sorts of stuff. But I would worship the man that has beaten From Software's games without access to the internet. Everyone knows you need 4 things to play a From Software game: your controller, a monitor, a second controller after you break the first one, and access to the online community for these games. There is so much about Elden Ring that would have taken me hours upon hours to learn myself that I was able to just learn from the online community that supported me. So if you're struggling with a boss, a quick Google search of Melania Can Go to Hell or something is going to instantly find you in good company that's willing to share some tips. Number 2, they rely on summons. All right, I get it. Summons can absolutely carry you in this game. I abused the Mimic tier in my first playthrough. I used it to kill Marga. I used it to kill Radagon. Now it's doing my dishes. It filed my taxes. It satisfied my wife for the first time ever. Now, being cuckolded by myself was pretty hot, but it didn't make me better at Elden Ring. And I agree, some bosses are absolutely begging for a summon to help you. And I'm not saying effectively using a valid game mechanic isn't a viable way to play the game. It's in the game. By all means, use it. But I will say my wife was getting her ass kicked by the Erdtree avatar using a summon because she wasn't learning the boss. She was just running in there randomly to attack it while it was fighting the summon. And then the next time that she played, when she didn't use the summon, she downloaded that boss and destroyed him. And it was a lot more satisfying for her and everybody to watch as well. So if you want to get good at the game, maybe don't rely so hard on that summon. Number 1, they don't explore. The fact that I consider this number 1 is a testament to From Software's laser focus on exploration being central for Elden Ring. Elden Ring shifts From Software's message to gamers from Git Good to go explore. When my wife couldn't beat Margit and I just told her go somewhere else instead of something specific, she thought she was wasting time just wandering around. What she didn't realize was From Software had nailed marrying exploration and player development. By just exploring, she was getting better. She was finding new summons, new armors, new weapons, new weapon arts, all sorts of stuff that was organically making her stronger so that she could finally beat the first major boss. That's why Elden Ring is my favorite game ever made. The fact that there was never a challenge that I thought I couldn't get past by simply enjoying the game elsewhere and then coming back. I'm not sure I would have gotten so obsessed with From Software's games if I simply had to grind to get good, like some of their previous titles. I've made that choice to challenge myself since then, but I think Elden Ring's broad appeal is best illustrated by the message shifting from Get Good to Go Explore. And that's it, babes. Leave a comment if you agree or disagree or what was off the list or if the order was wrong. A like and a subscribe goes a really long way for a tiny little channel like ours. We also go live at least every Sunday, and we have a full channel now of tons of content of all sorts of different games. So check it out, and thanks so much for watching.